We are going to talk about conflict. Candidates are reminded that conflicts can be personal. Conflicts can also be ideological. From the point of view of physical conflict in the novel, there are conflicts between individuals and institutions. Do not forget that the fawn of Iwawa incarnates an institution, the power of Iwawa, the seat of power and authority. The fawn is unable or is helpless to attack Shingo because of his closeness and loyalty to the gods and the ancestors of the land. Therefore, he vents his anger and frustration on those who are close to him. The fawn's henchmen beat up Tapa, seize his palm bush, and drink the palm wine that he had tapped the previous day. In like manner, the thugs also apprehend the Sangong, tie him to a kola nut tree, beat him mercilessly like a common thief, leaving him unable to move. Some good-hearted villagers help to take him to his house, arousing the anger of the villagers who abandon the festivities to return to their various homes. Only the notables and the thugs are left to continue with the festivity and the drinking. The reaction of the masses boycotting and abandoning the festivity when it is still ongoing shows that the fun's future is clouded in black clouds. Secondly, the fawn also eliminates his political rivals physically. Anyone who manifests an ideological difference with the fawn is vaporized. Tapa informs the reader that many people have been beaten up, and later on they have been made to disappear without a trace. In the same way, Gwei's father disappears when he goes to the palace to ask for his farmlands that have been seized by the fawn, including his wives. But he is never seen again. The fawn has an elimination squad that kills the fawn's opponents at Epam, headed by Fomi Nyam and Fomi Eleme. There is also physical attack on the palace and the elimination of the fawn. The Kibaranko is empowered by the chief priest to unleash violence against the fawn and the notables who are at different stages of drunkenness. The fawn begs for his life when Kibaranko seizes the throne and splits it into two halves. The attack on the fawn signals the end of his reign of terror. The Kibaranko burns down the palace, paving way to a new form of governance. The women come later on to finish the job that Kibaranko had started. The women use their potent power in their urine, which Kwengong tries to convince the fawn to drink. The fawn falls under the spell of the women, and Kwengong hits him with the pot on his head, and he dies. The death of the fawn puts an end to the enslavement of the people of Iwawa. There is an ideological conflict between the women and the fawn. The fawn seizes the women's farmland, thereby threatening their very livelihoods. The women have no right over the lands that they cultivate, and they have no way to redress the situation. When the farmlands of Shengong's wives are seized, they go to the grove to complain to their husband, who seeks justice from the gods and the ancestors of the land. The fawn also seizes people's wives for his personal use, and he treats women like sexual objects, and the women rebel against him at the end, causing his death. There is also religious conflict between the fawn and Shengong. The fawn wants everyone to glorify him to the total disregard for the gods and the ancestral spirits of the land. The fawn refers to the gods as non-existent and Shingon as a self-proclaimed priest. Nevertheless, the power of the gods and the ancestors turn against him as Shingon empowers Kibaranko to destroy the palace. In addition, Earth Goddess punishes the land with drought and earthquake. The spirits also empower the women against the fawn, leading to his death during the final confrontation. The death of the fawn is a clear warning that no one can wrestle with the gods and ancestors of the land. Lastly, there is ideological conflict between the fawn and Shingon concerning where loyalty lies. The fawn wants the chief priest to be loyal to him, but he is not willing to mingle with incompetence and corruption. The chief priest is loyal to the gods and ancestors to whom he relies for justice. He even insults the fawn openly, calling him a pig and a goat. The fawn refers to him as a self-proclaimed priest of non-existent gods. The pronouncements made by the fawn, desecrating the importance of the gods, simply marks the end of his life and his reign.